यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुना वनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुना वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदा रंजन यमुनातीरावनचारी वनचारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी 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 नरसिंह जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। So I would like to pay my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Narasimha Dev, Shri Pranchitattva, Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees. And I thank Subal Gopal Prabhu for giving me an opportunity to speak today on Srimad-Bhagavad-gītā, chapter 5, text number 19. So we'll start with the verse. Please repeat after me. इहैव तर्जितः सर्गो येषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्म तस्मात् ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिताः इहैव तर्जितः सर्गो येषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्म Tasmad brahmani te sthitaah ihaiva tarjitah sargo yesham samye sthitam manah nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmani te sthitaah. Anyone wants to repeat? Ihaiva tarjitah sargo yesham samye sthitam manah nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmani te sthitaah. Anyone? Okay, we'll do the trans. You want to say? Go ahead.
Okay.
Ihaiva tarjita sargo yesham samye sthitam manah nirdosham hi brahma nirdosham hi samam brahma hanite tasmad brahmani te sthitaah. Okay, we'll go for the transliteration. Iha, in this life. Eva, certainly. Taihi, by them. Jitah, conquered. Sargah, birth and death. Yesham, whose. Samye, in equanimity. Sthitam, situated. Manah, mind. Nirdosham, flawless. He, certainly. Samam, in equanimity. Brahma, like the Supreme. Tasmat, therefore. Brahmani, in the Supreme. Te, they. Sthitaha, are situated. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Those whose minds are established in sameness and equanimity have already conquered the conditions of birth and death. They are flawless like Brahman, and thus they are already situated in Brahman. Purport. Equanimity of mind, as mentioned above, is the sign of self-realization. Those who have actually attained to such a stage should be considered to have conquered material conditions, specifically birth and death. As long as one identifies with this body, he is considered a conditioned soul. But as soon as he is elevated to the stage of equanimity through realization of self, he is liberated from the conditioned life. In other words, he is no longer subject to take birth in the material world, but can enter into the spiritual sky after his death. The Lord is flawless because he is without attraction or hatred. Similarly, when a living entity is without attraction or hatred, he also becomes flawless and eligible to enter into the spiritual sky. Such persons are to be considered already liberated, and their symptoms are described below. So this set of verses from verse 17 to 22 or 25, I think. Yes, they are talking about the symptoms or the qualities of a self-realized soul. So in the previous very important verse, Krishna is telling about the Pandita, the self-realized soul, that by the virtue of the transcendental knowledge that he has received, and because he has achieved an equal vision, he is looking at a learned sage, a gentle Brahmin, a cow, elephant, a dog, and the dog eater with equal vision. Pandita Samadarshina. Sama means sameness, like it is said in the translation. Sama is sameness or equal vision. He is looking at everybody with equal vision. Now in this verse, Krishna is saying, Ihaiva tarjita. In this very world, in the present situation, those people or those self-realized soul whose minds are looking at every living entity with the sameness or with equal vision, they have conquered sarga. It is said here, Ihaiva tarjitah sargo. Ihaiva tarjitah, in this very moment as a sadhaka, if you have achieved equal vision to see everybody as equal, as the same living entity who is a part and parcel of the supreme soul, has conquered sargo. Sargo, in Bhagavatam, if you see, the first canto, second canto, it deals with sarga and visarga. Sarga is primary creation. Visarga is the secondary creation. As soon as there is a creation of something, the destruction of the same thing is also guaranteed. Do you agree with me? Anything which is born or created, it is going to die someday. Isn't it? You agree with me? So when you say sarga, sarga means birth and death both. But this sage or this self-realized soul with his equanimous vision has conquered this sarga or birth and death. How? Because his mind has reached, and this, because his mind is looking at everything as in an equal vision, and this person has become flawless. Why he is flawless? Prabhupada says here, because he is without any attraction, or he is without rag and dvesh or envy. He is without any desire, and he doesn't love anything, he doesn't hate anything. He is equal, he's without attraction or hatred. Such a person has become flawless to be situated in the Brahman platform or in the transcendental platform. You have to admit that even the Brahman platform is at the transcendental stage. So he has reached the transcendental platform. So such persons are already liberated. Now I came across a very interesting commentary by Sridhar Swami. So he says, for a sadhaka, one who views equally things that are equal, one who views equally that things that are unequal, do what is forbidden in the Vedic scriptures. So how can they be wise? How can, Sridhar Swami is saying, at a sadhaka level, when you are if you are trying to achieve to the Madhyam Adhikari platform, do you understand what is Madhyam Adhikari? Have you done your Bhakti Shastri? So, there are 3 types of devotees. We will come to that later. Maybe you should also try to do your Bhakti Shastri course. The 3 kinds of devotees, that is the Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, and the Uttam Adhikari, who is the topmost. So the sannyasis and all, they come under the Uttam Adhikari level. And those that are serving in the temple, staying with the devotees, we are all trying to come at the Madhyam Adhikari platform. So when we talk about ourselves, we always consider ourselves as a practicing devotee. We don't call ourselves as devotees. We are practicing devotee. And we may call others a devotee, but we are all practicing devotees. That means we are called, in Sanskrit it is called sadhakas. We are sadhakas. That means we are practicing or trying to practice devotional service. So if you see the acharyas, they never call themselves devotees. I am a pure devotee, or they never call themselves a devotee. They think they are the most fallen soul. You must have seen Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, or anybody. They consider themselves as the lowest of the lowest worm or something, which is not at all true. So a devotee or a practicing devotee, Sridhar Swami is saying, if you see things which are unequal as equal, that means you are going against the Vedic scriptures. How is it? So yes, just today we heard a beautiful prayer by Ramanand Gopal Prabhu, requesting Narsingadev to find a solution to get rid of the rats which are invading our temple, and it has also harmed our dear Tulsi Maharani. So if you're going to see a rat and another person, can you see that person with equal vision? Can you see that, Prabhuji? No, you can't. Because this rat is actually causing some kind of destruction in the temple. It is causing harm in the kitchen. We are trying to make bhogas. It is spoiling. I heard somebody that it was running over Srila Prabhupada yesterday. So you cannot and you should not also see these two things at the same level. Okay? Because when you are a practicing devotee or a sadhaka, you have not still reached the stage of a pandita who can see everything in the same platform. But a sadhaka, as a sadhaka, you're supposed to see or clearly distinguish between things which are not equal as not equal. For example, while cooking tomorrow in the dal, if I put lot of sugar, no devotees is going to eat it. If I say, oh, salt and sugar, I see all of them are equal. So you can't use it. And if I put lot of hing in the dal, nobody is going to eat it. Or in halwa, if someone is putting salt, can anybody eat it? So when you're supposed to see things in an unequal way in the material world, one has to see it. There is a very nice pastime which comes in Chaitanya Leela. When it comes, there is this very beautiful devotee called Murari Gupta, who is the reincarnation of Hanumanji. So Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu are sitting side by side, and Murari Gupta comes and he pays obeisances to, there is Nityanand Prabhu is sitting, and then next Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sitting. So he is coming and he is going to Mahaprabhu, and then he is paying obeisances and all. That night, Mahaprabhu comes into the dream of Murari Gupta. He said, Murari, you have not followed the norm of paying obeisances unto me. Said, Mahaprabhu, what did I do? What did I do? Said, you did not pay any obeisances to Nityananda. He is the spiritual master of the entire universe. So the protocol is you first, when devotees come, first they do the Dandavat Pranam to Prabhupada, then to the Lord. So the process is, or the procedure is that first you do the Dandavat to your Guru, who is Nityanand, then you have to come and do it to me. So here you have to, he's trying to say that he's looking at that everyone is not equal. When suppose there is when you are serving, there is a sannyasi and some maharajas come, and there is a devotee, and you say, and you first go and do it, serve the devotee and then to the maharaj, then that is looking at thing is two people who are actually not on the same platform with equally. According to the Vedic scriptures, it is wrong. It's not correct. So when you are supposed to look at things with an unequal vision, you should, like in at the Madhyamadhikari level, Prema, Maitri, Krupa and Apeksha, you cannot, even when you are going for preaching, you cannot go and preach to everybody. There are some people who are faithless, you cannot preach to them, so one has to maintain their distance with them. So this is what Gautam Rishi is also saying. Just listen to this. It's a very beautiful quote. One should treat equals and unequals with difference and equality respectively. When equals are not honored in the same manner and unequals are honored in the same manner as equals, that person demerits himself, he reaps demerits in the life and the next life. If you are treating two unequal people, if there is a nice cow which is giving you milk and it is nurturing you in the community, and if you treat the rat in the same way, that means you are reaping demerits in this life and next. You are not supposed to look at both, because by dharma they are both two different creatures. So you have to look at them in okay, this is a rat, like Prabhuji said in his prayer. We will try as much as possible, but if not, you have to take the drastic measure. Once in Mayapur, there was a very big poisonous snake which came into the ashram. So Prabhupada said, you have to get it removed somehow or kill it, because that is posing as a danger to the devotees and to everyone. So when you have to take a step, a drastic step, you have to see. And like the same thing, if Arjuna was looking at everybody in an equal way in the war, he could not have killed Bhishma or Drona or anybody from the Kaurava, if saying, oh, all are same. So where it is, when it comes to dharma, you have to look at the vision, whether it is equal. You're in the material platform. So this is how you have to see. Okay, this is this person, this is this person. When one achieves the Uttamadhikari level, when it is then, like you are Ramanujacharya or Prabhupada or Madhvacharya, then it is fine. But at the level of a sadhaka, you have to follow the duties and dharma of a sadhaka and behave with prem, maitri, kripa and upeksha. So I would like to conclude the Bhagavad-gītā and the symptoms and the continuing symptoms of the self-realized soul will be explained in detail in the next verses. So now I would like to take this opportunity to speak a little bit on Sri Ram, which tomorrow is the auspicious day of Sri Ramanavami, when Rama was born. So if it is okay with Sibal Gopal Prabhu, yeah, so we all know Sri Ram, he was born in the month of Chaitra, and on the 9th day of, I think, the waning or the waxing, I don't remember. So he was born on the 9th day of Krishna Paksha, I think, yes. So if you see every scripture, any scripture, you see Srimad-Bhagavatam, you see Mahabharata, you see Ramayana, all Vishnu Puran, they all start with a question. There is somebody who's always asking a question. Like in Bhagavatam, who asked the questions? Bhagavatam? Maharaj Parikshit, and before that, Maharaj Parikshit asked Shukadev Goswami, and before that it starts with the sages of the Naimisharanya who ask Sutta Goswami the 6 questions. So similarly, in Mahabharata it starts with Janamejaya asking Vaishampayan Muni about his grandfather Parikshit Maharaj, and that is how. So every scripture it starts with a question. Okay, that is how in Vedanta Sutras it says Athato Brahma Jigyasa. So there is always a question which comes. Same way, and Itihasa, that is the history, the two main histories of our Vedic scriptures is Ramayana and Mahabharata. So Ramayana is written by Valmiki. And Valmiki asked this question during the time Rama was ruling in Ayodhya. Okay, it was not that everything was gone during the time, Sampradam. So he asks this question to Narad Muni. That is how the Ramayana starts. But the question here is, why should Valmiki ask this question? Suppose when I'm asking a question, I'm reading something. We ask questions when we hear something or read something, or we get some knowledge. So suddenly it comes to our mind, okay, a question arises, oh, why is this like that? No, the question comes because of some knowledge which we have already received, okay? So what happens is, Rama, during his reign in Ayodhya, there is this washerman who is spreading this word about Mother Sita, and Mother Sita is sent to the forest by Lakshmana. And she is not even aware of it, okay? And Lakshmana, with a very heavy heart, he says, Rama just says, just leave her in the forest. It was her desire. There are many questions in Ramayana which maybe if one day we get time, we can clarify those questions. That why did Rama leave Mother Sita? Which is wrong. So he left her in the forest, and then she was living in Valmiki Muni's ashram. So when Valmiki sees Mother Sita, and she tells him the whole story, Valmiki Muni is asking, Rama, who is the embodiment of, who is the supreme personality of Godhead, and who is the embodiment and reservoir of all auspicious qualities, how can he do such a thing? That kind of time, this question arises, is there anybody in this world? So Narad Muni that time tries. Narad Muni is the spiritual master of most of these Mahan Bhagavatas like Valmiki Muni and Vedavyas Muni and all that. So that time he asks Narad Muni, I'll just read out very beautiful verses. Konvasmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan धर्मज्ञश्च कृतज्ञश्च सत्यवाक्यो दृढ़व्रतः चारित्रेण च को युक्तः सर्वभूतेषु को हितः विद्वान् कः क समर्थश्च कश्चैक प्रियदर्शनः आत्मवान् को जितक्रोधो द्युतिमान् को अनुसूयकः कस्य बिभ्यति देवाश्च जातरोषस्य संयुगे. He is asking about, there are 16 qualities which he is telling. Who is Gunavan? Is there anybody in this world, in the Sampradam Loke, in currently, right now, he is asking Narad Muni, today, currently, in the present world, is there anybody who is Gunavan, who is Viryavan, all these qualities. There are 16 qualities. We will just take all of them in a quick way. And okay, let's read it out. It's Gunavan, that is reservoir of all auspicious qualities. Viryavan, very powerful, very strong. Dharmagnaha, conscientious. Kritagnya, one who is very grateful. Satyavakyo, who is true to his word. Dridhavritaha, determined in his vows. Okay? And then Charitrena, he whose conduct is flawless. Sarvabhuteshu kohitah, benefactor of all living entities. Vidwan, knowledgeable. Samarthaha, very capable. Priyadarshanaha, pleasing to see. Atmavan, spiritual, or one who is transcendental. Jitakrodha, one who has conquered anger. Dyutiman, brilliant. Anasuyakaha, non-envious. Kasya bibhyati devascha jataroshasya samyuge. Devatas, Devatas tremble when he gets angry. When the Devatas see, they tremble in fear, out of respect, of course. So these are the 16 qualities, and Valmiki is asking Narad Muni, is there anybody? He says, of course, he's telling, Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavo Ramo Nama Janaihi Shrutaha Nityatma Mahaviryo Dhyutiman Dhritiman Vashi. There are some more verses which I don't want to recite and bore you people. So he's saying that he sparkled, this man whom you're talking about, he sparkled in the Ikshvaku dynasty, and he is known to his subjects by the name of Ram. He is conscientious, valorous, radiant, brilliant, and controller of everything. So just to see what is this nature, or the 16 auspicious quality. In Tamil it is said, Valmiki Sonna Padinaru. The 16 things, the 16 qualities told by Valmiki. So he is saying that first is Gunavan. Gunavan is the reservoir of all good qualities. First of all, let me try to clarify here that to give us definite number like 16, 1008, 108 is actually, if you say 16, it is just the 16 very, special or important. Like Krishna has this 16,108 wives. But those 8 wives are the prime or the important ones or the special ones. So similarly, when he's saying 16, there is no that Ram has only 16 qualities, or Krishna has only these many qualities, or Vishnu has only 1,000 Sahasranam, that is only one. No, they have indefinite qualities, indefinite names. But these are discussed by the acharyas. So if you give Lord a fixed number, then it is as good as being a human being, because human being, there is a limited number, but the Lord is unlimited. So you cannot, like for example, even chanting. We are chanting 16 rounds. So actually you're supposed to be Kirtaniya Sadahari. You're supposed to be chanting continuously, constantly. But then the number is given because that 16 is a number, it's an auspicious number. Okay, it's a very good number because now we are discussing 16 qualities of Ram. So these are the most important qualities. Doesn't matter, forget it. I was just using it as a paper holder. Thank you. So Gunavan is reservoir of all auspicious quality. So that means a person has such a quality or nature that nobody can even have an iota of doubt in that person. Okay. For example, Ravana tried, all kinds of methods to tell Mother Sita to get her to marry him. Then once he asked, when Kumbhakarna awoke, he asked that she is not listening to me, what should I do? He said, what is, you're a Rakshasa, just, take Rama's Vesham. Vesham means disguise yourself as Rama and go and approach her and enjoy her. So he said, if you have to take somebody's wish, you have to meditate upon. Even if you see actors and all, if they are going to portray a person in real life, they have to learn about that person. Okay. For example, if someone is trying to play the role of Ravan, they have to see what Ravan's nature was. They have to meditate upon that person, and then only they can display, or they can act or display the quality on the stage very well. So same way, even for a Rakshasa to disguise somebody, he says, I will have to then know how Ram talks and all. So for that, he will have to meditate upon Ram. But he was worried that if I meditate upon Ram, then the quality that even that small meditation of Ram can change his heart, and he will start looking at Mother Sita like a mother instead of an object of enjoyment. So he said, I cannot be disguised because I will become a nice person. So this kind of a person, Ram, is such a person that for a moment, if someone is thinking of him positively, acquires, your good nature or good quality. So Gunavan is this kind of a person whom nobody can find a fault. Come what may, Ravana was very envious of Ram, but he never could find any fault with him. So Viryavan, second quality, Viryavan, very powerful, and Viryavan is not just by, physical strength, even mentally he was very strong. Okay, Viryavan just doesn't mean that, biceps, triceps and all that, but even mentally very strong. For example, when he was sent to Vanavas, for example, tomorrow if, Prabhuji and Mataji, they decide that they will give their share of, wealth to only the daughter and not the son. So the son will say, what wrong did I do? Okay? This same thing, it will happen with my family, everybody, So, but with Ram, when he was asked to leave, not even a frown came on his between his eyebrows that, oh, everyone was angry, everyone. So much so that Lakshmana was actually wanted to even go and kill his own father because he was doing an adharmic act. But Ram was very graceful and he said, my father doesn't have to tell. You tell me to go to the forest, why he has to tell? He told Kaikeyi, you tell me, I will go. That was Ram. So he accepted all that very graciously. That is one of the beautiful qualities. There is actually a very beautiful story, but I don't want to take a lot of time. We will quickly go through at least a few qualities. Dharmagnya. Conscientious. That means there is this Marichi tells, or some Rakshasa only tells this verse, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha, Sadhu Satya Parakramaha. He is the embodiment or the personification of Dharma. Okay? He is revered and glorified and worshipped by all the sadhus. Okay? And this you can say that he followed the dharma, and not only that, he also followed all the Vedic rules and scriptures, and he was a by-the-book person. Whatever is written in the scriptures, he will follow everything to the T. And Krishna was just the opposite. He did not follow anything. Not that he did not revere the Vedas, but he was like, Rama was a ekapatni vrata. He just had one wife. But Krishna did not make any such promises. There were other reasons behind that. So this is dharmagnya. So it is already also said in, when it comes to dharmagnya, Krishna says in Bhagavad-gītā, he who discards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims neither achieves perfection nor happiness or the supreme destination. So dharmagnya is somebody who will follow the Vedic scriptures, the scriptural injunctions to the core. Kritagnya is one who acknowledges the smallest of deed of a person, or being grateful. Like he was grateful to the squirrel who was trying to throw the sand or some small pebbles on the ocean, Indian Ocean, so to help build the bridge, the Setu Bandhan, Ram Setu. So he acknowledged even that. So and he acknowledged, he was grateful to Jatayu and Guha, Sugriva. It's endless, and even Vibhishana. So that is grateful, Kritagnya. Fifth quality, Satyavakyo, true to his word. So there is a very beautiful story, but we don't have much time, so maybe next time. Dridhavritaha. Dridhavritaha, Satyavakyo is when he says something. For example, when he was in the forest in Chitrakoot, he visited the ashram of Sharabhanga Rishi. So Sharabhanga, when he was leaving, then he visited many ashrams. So for some time he was with Sharabhanga, then he was with some other Rishi. So when he was leaving Sharabhanga's ashram, Sharabhanga said, Ki Rama, you are everybody's protector. There are some these Rakshasas who are coming every day and spoiling our penance. So please protect. So when someone like a Brahmana, go Brahmana hitaya cha, Krishna is saying that. So the scriptures are saying, go Brahmana hitaya cha. When someone is asking for help, he will keep to his word. Even for example, Vibhishana, when he comes and takes shelter of Rama, then Rama asks Sugriva, what do you think? So Sugriva says, he's a demon, you cannot trust him. So he tells Hanuman, he asks Hanuman says, I have seen that he's a very nice person. But he doesn't tell that you should accept him. He's a nice person, I have seen, he's a good conduct. But Ravana, many other monkeys, no, he's a demon, you should not accept him. Then Rama says, forget Vibhishana, even if Ram comes and takes shelter of me, I will give him shelter. That is the Satya, he is true to his word. If he says something, he will follow it, Sixth quality, Dridhavritaha, determined in his vow, same, Vibhishana Sharanagati. So he says, Rama says when he is giving Vibhishana the Sharanagati, when he says this word, he says, Sakrideva prapanno yas, tavasmiti cha yachati, abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami etad vritam mama. I will give abhayam means shelter. I will give them fearlessness to anybody who comes to take shelter of me. So, Charitrena, one who has a very good conduct. He was very respectful towards his mother. Everybody, his brother. He was an ideal person in the sense he was kind to his mother-in-law, Kaikeyi also, who banished him into the forest. So, yeah. So, eighth quality, Sarva Bhuteshu Kohita, benefactor of all living entities. So, what happens is he thinks good for every living entity. So, what happens is during the war, there are so many bears and monkeys who die. Okay, so when they died, Rama told Sugriva, don't do the final rites of these monkeys. Okay, let's just let it be. And when the war was over and Brahmaji came to bless everybody, Rama asks Brahmaji to revive all the dead monkeys and bears from in his battle, in his what do you call that? Battalion or whatever it is, army. So he tells Brahmaji to revive everyone because he's feeling that nobody should die on my account. Then he tells Vibhishana, bring the Rakshasas' bodies also. We will revive all the Rakshasas also. That was the quality of Ram. But unfortunately, Ravana, all the dead Rakshasas, Ravana had already disposed their bodies in the ocean. So they could not revive the Rakshasas. But all the monkeys and all the bears got back their lives, whoever had died in the battlefield. Ninth is knowledgeable. So Srila Prabhupada, he quotes this verse of Chanakya Pandit about who is a knowledgeable person, who is a Vidwan. Ninth is Vidwan, who is a knowledgeable person. So Chanakya Pandit says, Matravat paradareshu, paradravyeshu loshtravat, Atmavat sarva bhuteshu ya pashyati sa pandita. Here also now, just this chapter, what we are saying, he's telling about this. Any other, who is a Pandita, Chanakya Pandit is saying, and Prabhupada also quotes this. The first three qualities are those who are a Pandit. Any other lady except wife should be viewed as a mother. Okay? So this is what was this is what Ram was, except for Sita, everyone else was his mother. Even when Mandodari was coming, when Ravana's body was there, he wouldn't even stand on her shadow. When Mandodari's shadow was falling on the ground, Rama moved away. He didn't even look at her. So first quality of a knowledgeable person is to view every other woman as a mother. Like we have this beautiful culture of ISKCON is, everyone is called as a Mataji, except for your wife, of course. They are calling everyone Mataji. So beautiful. This is how one has to view all women except the one whom you are married to. Second, others' property should be treated as a lump of dirt. Okay? So Rama, when won the battle with Ravana, Vibhishana requested him that I don't want to rule. You be the king of Lanka. Okay, Lanka was called the golden Lanka, Sone ki Lanka. Sri Lanka was full of gold, you were seeing. But Rama did not have even a tinge of desire to rule. He said, Janani Janma Bhumishcha Svargadapi Gariyasi. That means my motherland is much more elevated to me than even Swarga or heaven. So I will go back to Ayodhya. So others' property should be treated as a lump of dirt. And then the third quality, which now we are discussing in Bhagavad-gītā, one who does not discriminate, one who looks at everybody with equal vision. And these three qualities, whoever has, is a knowledgeable person. So we have actually covered our Bhagavad-gītā verse, which we are discussing today. So the 10th quality is Samartha. He is very capable. Okay? So capable is what? As a king, he was such a capable ruler that there were 9 things which were absent during his rule. What are these 9 things? We learn in our scriptures about the 3 material modes, how the 3 material modes, Sattva Gun, Tamo Gun, Rajo Gun, are affecting ours. So the 3 modes were absent during the rule of Ram. Same during Parikshit Maharaj and Yudhishthir Maharaj also. There were no diseases, no fear. People were fearless. No bereavement. There was no grief, no lamentation, no fatigue. Nobody was tired. Nobody was ever tired. There was no death and there was no old age. So that is the quality of a capable ruler. Samarthascha. Now this is one of my favorite qualities, is Priya Darshana. I will just do this and then we will stop. The remaining qualities maybe some other time when we have time. Priya Darshana is one who is pleasing to all. Okay? When what happens is, when he is so beautiful to look, he is pleasing. When you look at that person, you cannot just say anything bad about that person. For example, if you are going on a street and some car, there is a puddle of water, some car runs over the puddle and the puddle splashes on your face. How would you react? How would you react, my dear? Sad, na? Anybody else? She is a very kind person. Angry. Somebody who is in a mode of passion, that person they may just say, oh, you A, B, C, D, asterisk, obliques, hashtag, XYZ, whatever comes into your mind, that is how you would curse that person, okay? But when Shurpanaka came during the Panchavati forest Leela, and Lakshmana chopped off her nose and ears, and she went running, crying, shrieking to Khara, her brother. You know how she described Ram? Very interesting. She says, Shurpanaka, I have not written the verse. She says, Tarunau Rupa Sampannau. She says, Tarunau, two youthful people, complete in, are absolute in beauty. You know, there in Samudrika Lakshanam, there are some parameters which define beauty. You know, this the forehead should be this much, this should be this much, nose, you know, eyes should be like this. That is the parameters of beauty. So Rupa Sampannau, Mahabalau, they are so powerful. Will you glorify somebody who chopped off your nose and ears or harmed, you know, somebody, even the mosquito bites, even if the mosquito escapes, we hitting, you know, we are cursing, you know. So this lady, her nose is chopped off, she is bleeding, and she is glorifying Ram, saying, and Ram and Lakshman both saying, Tarunau, Rupa Sampannau, Mahabalau, very beautiful verse. Maybe next time, if you can Google and check, or I can send it to anyone who is interested. That person, he cut off my nose, you know. Same and similar, as a person, even the enemy cannot refrain or restrain himself from glorifying. Such a kind of person is Priya Darshanaha. Like even when Lord Krishna, he went to Hastinapur to advocate on behalf of Pandavas, asking for just 5 villages. Okay, 5 villages. Duryodhana says, oh Pundarikaksha, oh lotus-eyed person, I will not even give the land which is touched by a drop, by one needle prick of land also I will. Can anybody say that your Duryodhana, you can imagine what kind of an angry person he would be. And he's, oh Pundarikaksha, oh lotus-eyed, broad-eyed person. Here also she says, Shurpanaka calls Rama Visalaksha. He is broad-eyed and beautiful-eyed person. He has cut my nose. He has cut my ears. So this, somebody whom even the enemies could not restrain. It comes even in Bhagavatam. There is the Acharyas are so merciful in Bhagavatam. There is this Leela of Varahadev when he kills Hiranyaksha. And before killing, Hiranyaksha is giving him so many bad words. He is cursing Varahadev. But Acharyas, they are so merciful. They are one step ahead Krishna also, or Ram also. They are listening. They cannot imagine or fathom somebody giving bad words to the Lord. So those bad words, they interpreted it as a beautiful, okay, this is, oh, he doesn't mean that. Actually, he's meaning this much. You know, if we go through Varahadev's, if someone wants, I can share my notes of Varahadev, that what is the interpretation of the Acharyas of the bad words used by Hiranyaksha towards Varahadev. Very beautiful interpretation of the Acharyas, but we don't have much time to discuss that. So the other 5 are Atmavan, Jitakrodha, Dyutiman, Anasuyaka, Kasya, Bibhyati, Devaha. We may probably discuss some other day. So we will stop the class here, and thank you very much for your patient hearing. Anybody has any comments or any questions? Good. Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Ramanavami Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Jai Shri Ram.